Each week, in conjunction with the Ohio Lottery Partners in Education program, we recognize a role model student from somewhere across the state of Ohio. Today, we head to Hudson High School. We're going to meet a senior, Jagger Pallay, quarterback for the Explorers' currently unbeaten football team, as well as a guy that gets it done in the classroom. The Ohio Lottery Partners in Education program is proud to salute Jagger Pallay from Hudson High School, this week's Shining Star. The Hudson Explorers, like any team that's undefeated and in the regional quarterfinal round of the state football playoffs, are getting good play from their senior quarterback, Jagger Pallay. The numbers running and passing the ball are really good for Pallay, but they don't tell the whole story.
I would say just being a leader, just lifting up guys when something goes wrong and praising them when things go right. And I think another important thing is not getting too high or too low during games, because when that happens, you know, bad things can happen. So I'd say just being a leader and not getting too high or too low.
His accuracy is awesome. That comes from just hours and hours and hours of work. And then you saw his arm tonight, just launching the ball at times. And, you know, what I like most about him on this team is he has so much fun playing out there. It's like this is truly a game for him, and he goes and he has fun.
The Explorers like to run the football, but trying to force Hudson to throw hasn't been a good idea for opponents. Pallay has completed 67% of his passes with 15 touchdowns.
I feel like ever since I was a kid, I've always loved throwing on the run. It's just, I mean, it's hard to explain. It's just like you're outside the pocket and you have a whole vision of the field, and when you're running two receivers and they're running back to you, you know, it's easy to turn your shoulder and just put it on target. I don't have any success without any of the guys on this team, but I'd say I'm doing well of, you know, putting the ball on target. And I think when I put the ball on target and you get it to those athletes out there, it's just anything can happen. So as long as I'm accurate and I can give it to those guys, then they can make plays and we can win games.
He's a competitor. He's studies the game. Like, he watches a ton of film, and he's incredibly coachable. And then you pair that with his athletic ability. You know, he's kind of like slippery back there. And you know, with him paired up with our offensive line and our running back Ludwig, like, it's fun to watch them work back there and work off of each other.
Even though he isn't the biggest guy on the field, Pallay is more than willing to run the football and is called to do so to make the Explorers offense go.
I think it's just putting my body on the line for the team, you know. I mean, all we want to do is win, and all we want to do is play well for the team. And when it's a design run, it's just, I really just put my body out there and try to get as many yards as I can, because I love the O-line, I love everybody, and I want to do well.
He's old school when it comes to, you know, just being a competitor and wanting to play and anything. Like, he wants to win that. But he's, you know, really jovial, always got a smile, always looks on the bright side, and then you know, he's really, really smart. Like, he understands the game of football. He understands it's not easy to have your brother as your position coach, your older brother, and that's the situation. And he takes the coaching. He respects everybody. So it just speaks a lot to his character. Like, he knows his role, and he's gonna just try to master it. And then you know, off the field, he's just a fun kid. Likes to compete.
That same competitive nature comes out in a good way academically. Pallay likes the sciences. He's a solid B student who knows the importance of his education and grades.
They're super important. I mean, you have to try and hard in the classroom, you know what I mean, and study and all that. And I'm not 100% sure on what I'm going to do yet, but I think I want to go do something in like the medical field. You know, my brother is studying to be a nurse, so maybe I follow his footsteps or do a little something different in the medical field, but I think I want to do something there. I love helping other people, so it's like if I can get that chance every day in my life to help other people, then that's really what I want to do.
He's got a level head. He knows when to say things and maybe sometimes when to let guys get it out, you know. But in practice, he's the guy, he pushes the tempo, he gets the signal, he's the one clapping and getting things working. So, like, and then in what you don't see behind the scenes, he's good friends with, like, all those guys. Like, nobody can say a bad word about Jagger. He's there for everything. He'll be the last guy picking up trash in the locker room. He's the first guy in there, you know, regardless of if he had a gig last night or not. But no, he's a fantastic leader.
If you know a student who deserves recognition, we want to hear about them, and you can nominate them completely online. Go to ohiolottery.com, find the About section. Click on Partners in Education. There you will see links to nomination forms. Nominate that student as an academic all-star, and they could end up being featured as our next shining star.